Oh yeah guys, how's it going? Faith and Boxcat are back again for another Monster Hunter World tutorial video. Today we're going to be taking on Diablos, and I wanted to make this video because I feel like it might be kind of one of the first brick walls of difficulty that newer hunters would run into. And so I'm going to go over some tips on how to make the battle a little easier. First and foremost, regarding weapons and armor, Diablos is most weak to ice, so I like to use a lance against him. So first of all I'm using a lance, but then I'm also using a max low rank ice lance that you get from Legiana parts. So I'm using an ice weapon, and then I'm just using my favorite armor set with maxed out defense. So once you have your weapon and armor all set up, the items that you're going to probably want to take, I mean, this is my standard loadout: healing, stamina drinks. We don't really need the Stera Jerky, that's for bleeding. I take like 4 trank bombs and 2 traps, that's just for capturing 2 things. But you could use the traps against him if you are really having a hard time. You could lay a trap, and you could bring, if you wanted, 4 traps throughout the course of a hunt or more. I mean, you could run back to camp and keep taking these trap tools and taking, I believe, taking a net to make pitfall traps, or a thunderbug to make shock traps. So you can carry those. I'll take those. I might not use them, but the biggest item that you have to have is a screamer pod, and you can only carry 3. I'll show you how to make more in the field, but the maximum you can carry is 3. And if you're doing the storyline quest, they'll give you 3 easy screamer pods as well, so you'll have like 6 on you. And that's pretty much it for items. So the quest is in the Wildspire Waste. I'm starting at one of the eastern camps. Yeah, it just is the eastern camp. This is very close to where he typically starts, which is down here in the caves on the northeast part of the map, so I'm going to head up there. And this is a good camp to start in anyway, because this little underground cave area is just so well interconnected to like every major part of the map, it seems like. I'm going to dash up here. And really, you're going to want to get your screamer pods just equipped right out of the gate, so I'll do that once I stop sprinting. I need to eat some stamina too. Get those equipped. You can fight him out here. This is a good place to fight him. I think he's probably down below though. I think he pretty much starts down below. Grab herbs if you see them, make some more potions, things like that. Okay, yeah, so he's right there. So I'm just gonna charge at him and start the hunt. This is, I feel like there's 4 areas that Diablos... Oh, geez. Great camera swing there. So you can block his roar like that if you have a shielded weapon. He's gonna do it again. Whenever he kind of coils his head around like that to the side, he tends to scream. Get some stamina back though. I started to say this, so there's like 4 main areas I feel like that he will fight you or be at during the quest. This is where he usually seems to start, and this isn't a bad area to fight him. This is kind of like my second favorite room to fight him in. We've got these Flashflies around, so I guess this is the first tip. Like right here, when he starts to charge at you, just use a Flashfly, and that'll stun him. And you can usually kind of get in here and kind of cautiously, as he's stunned, like once he starts scraping the ground like that with his foot, he's just going to sit there for a second or 2. Now he's doing something else. He's shuddering. I'm going to keep it on attacking him. Now he's not flashed anymore. So that's about how long those last for. There's like 2 or 3. He's going to scream. There's like 2 or 3 of those Flashflies down here. My cat laid another one, which is a nice skill to have on your cat. So my cat laid another flash pod. So while he's down here, it's just good to just use up all the resources available to you and not get just two-shotted like that. Let's see, I don't think I ate either. So I'm gonna eat real quick. I'm just gonna take the attack up medium and kind of the health plus 20 be helpful. Man, I did not think he was going to two-shot me or knock me out right there. I thought I had my shield up. I'm going to shield, or I'm going to sharpen. So let's see. I'm going to try and show the screamer pod down there, and then I might try and get him to move to a different room. He's still down below. Yeah, so you can see there's still, okay. I don't think no, it's too early. So that's when you would use a screamer pod. I did it too early. You want to probably do it once. It'll only work once he's completely underground. Yeah, so this should be a good opportunity. So once his tail's kind of almost gone, you shoot it like that, and it'll startle him. He'll pop out of the ground like this. And this is one of his most vulnerable positions, like that. In just a few seconds. I kind of wasted it right there, but you want to be on him and hitting him once you do that, because he'll dig underground like that a lot throughout the course of the hunt. And just like having a shield against him, because I feel like he's such an aggressive monster that it's nice to just be able to block every now and then. So I can get him to dig again. Now he's gonna charge. Oh, and you can also run them into spires and stuff, like these big rocks. If you can run them into any column like this, it'll really mess him up too. So I'm gonna get my cat to come over here so that we can get him to charge. Yeah, I think he's gonna do it right here. Oh, he actually gets stuck on this one. Some of them he'll just like run into and get dazed, but this is a good one because he'll get stuck on it. So that gives you another bunch of free hits. But you can see nothing really lasts that long. Although now he's kind of growling. Some free hits there. Let's see if I can flash fly him when he turns around. Oh, he's going under. So tail's almost gone. Screamer pot him. He'll pop out. And I usually go for the neck or the tail. The head is pretty hard until you break until you break his horns off. You'll just kind of bounce off his head. Now he's gonna do it again. I'm too close and I don't have any screamer pod. Oh, he went for the cat. So I was just gonna block that, but let's see, my cat laid a flashfly cage over here. So this is a cat ability you can get from following the doodles. Okay, I think he's either leaving or he's going to come at me again. Nope, I think he's leaving. If you don't have any screamer pods and he dives underground, just run perpendicular left or right to him as you keep the camera trained on him, and just keep running until he pops out of the ground. You should be able to avoid it. This next room, this is kind of his lair, and he'll jump in and out of these sand waterfalls, these sand falls. I really just don't like fighting him in here, so I'm going to see if I can get him to get a dung bomb to work on him to get him to leave. Which aren't always immediately successful. It's hard to tell if he's just going to attack me. Yes, he's just going to attack me. So you might have to fight him in here. I don't really like fighting him in here, but sometimes you have to. If you have a weapon that can reach his tail, I mean, that's a great spot to hit him. That's one of the reasons I like Lance against him. Broke a horn. think. I'm pretty sure you can break the other one, so you can break both of his horns on his head. Let me see if I can dung him though, because I really want to show some tips in the other area that you can fight him in. So I do not want the hunt to end in here. What's he doing now? Okay, so he's scraping the ground. He's just kind of mad. He's just going to sit there. Good time to get some hits in. Okay. I keep hoping every time he goes under, I keep hoping he's going to leave. Okay, I think he's leaving now. Oh, nope. See, that's why I don't like fighting him in here. He'll go behind the waterfalls like that and then pop out of them. And you can't. It's just the battle's in his favor in here. It's small, cramped space, and he's got those sand falls. It's just his territory. It's his lair. So you don't want to fight him in here. And you can see the dung bombs are just not being effective. Oh, this is gonna be a close one. Cat. I mean, I don't think if they're making their last stand, I mean, they won't leave their lair, but I don't think the quest has gone on long enough for that, so I'm just going to keep on attacking. Oh, there's the tail. It's nice to knock off the tail because, you know, you get an extra card, but it'll decrease his range a little bit on his tail spin. I really need to sharpen. I might just run out of here. I'm tired of fighting him in here. Just gonna run away. You can totally just take cover behind these spires too if you need to. He might be able to burrow underneath them though. It might be a good way to run him into them though. Okay, I think he's leaving. Oh no. Jesus, what the heck? I've never seen that before. I thought he was gone. Again, just not a good place to fight him. Okay, I think he's leaving now. Please go up top. I think he's just back outside. Maybe I can lead him up there. The best tips are up on the surface. I really want to show them here. Oh, man. And you can also carry flash pods and use those against him as well. Just gives you more tools. Let me see if I can, lure him up here. I can get my cat to follow me, though. Signaling the cat. Oh, he's right there. Oh, shit. Yeah, I think he's gonna... I think he's gonna follow me. No. Just gotta get him to, oh. Just gotta get him to charge in this direction. Yeah, you know, I don't think you can lead him out of here. It's either he's smart or the game's just programmed that way, so where he's gonna stay in this room until he wants to leave on his own. That's another reason I just really like having a shield against Diablos, because if you're out of Screamer Pods, you can just block his underground dash attack and then hang out. Oh, my cat just flashed. Oh, they hit the cage. That sucked. He had just fallen down and we were attacking him, and then we accidentally flashed him. You don't want to do that, because that gets rid of that he doesn't stay on the ground as long. It's like all the other monsters, they'll drop these little red items for your slinger pods. So this guy drops a thorn pod, which if you shoot it on him and then attack it, you can get a stun. But I'm just trying to do DPS on this guy right now. And the Lance has no real, like, high-value payoff attack, no huge attack, but it's just because you can block and you can counter, it just seems like you can just do damage so consistently throughout the whole fight without ever having to retreat. Oh, let me get body slammed. Oh, now he's limping. So let's see where he goes. He's probably going to go back to his lair. Now he's going to sleep. So it's nice to carry traps and trank bombs, because you can, as soon as a monster starts limping, you can fire a flash pod in front of their face and then lay a trap like this and just throw a couple trank bombs anywhere at their feet and capture them, and it's done. I'll have to do another quest to show at least one of the other areas where you fight him that I really wanted to get to that this guy just didn't happen to go to. So I'll have to do another quest. So I'll fade into that. I'll load into that just a second here. So I started another quest and got him to go to this third area, which isn't really, not really my favorite area to fight him in either. But I figured I'd show some combat of fighting him in here. It's not the best. There's no spires to really run him into, and it's such a small area. It's like a little plateau with like little tiny canyons on either side. So it's not, this is kind of just a brutal, like kind of a melee area where it's just you against him. The only thing I can think of is it could be good for mounting him, which is kind of the best thing I can think to do here. But you would have to lure him down below, basically by just jumping down yourself. So like, let's see if I can get a mount on him down here. I think that's kind of just the main strategy in this area. There's some wedge beetles, like there's a wedge beetle on the other side. So as soon as he jumps down, oh, he dove under. Oh, he didn't come up at you. Oh man. Yeah, so, I mean, this is just kind of a brutal area to fight him in. I thought there was a wedge beetle here. I think it's just scatter nuts. Yeah, see, he goes under so often. I just kind of feel like he has the upper hand here as well. I just don't feel like there's much you can really do to mess with him here. It's just like all-out combat, just you versus him. Which is going to be hard if you don't have all his moves kind of memorized, and if you're not very used to fighting him. This would be a brutal place to fight him for the first time. I mean, God, he's just hammering on me. Oh, no, yeah. Oh, and then I jumped off. Tried to reposition with the lance and I jumped off, so it's just brutal terrain. he went here because he was hungry. So that's pretty much, I think, the only reason he came over here. That might be the easiest way to get him here if you're trying to get him to come over here. Maybe exhaust him or make him hungry, but it really doesn't seem like one of the best places to fight him. Out here might be better though, it's kind of more like steps, like you could kind of go for mounts a little easier out here. God, he just dives under so much. Let's see if I can lead him into this other arena. Yeah, I mean, he goes under so much, I think I kind of can. Yeah, okay. So these flying guys, they're called Noioses. And they're basically living screamer pods. And there's another spire you can run them into really quick. But like, I'm out of screamer pods right now. So this is a great place to be fighting him. While he's messing with that Baroth, I'll show you. There's stones all over the place, so you can pick up some stones. And then he's going under right now, so I'm gonna shoot at one of the Noioses, and it's gonna see like that, just like that. So the Noioses are living screamer pods, and you can even kill them and most of the time carve a screamer pod off of them. They only drop like 2 items. They drop screamer pods and like a wing, like a Noios wing or something like that. So it's a pretty good chance to get a screamer pod from them. But while you're fighting them here, you can just use them as a tool to your advantage. And I mean, I have 20 stones to fire at him, or to fire at those Noioses. It's like he'll probably go under like again in just a second. Let's see if I can just do it again. He's doing his tail. I mean, they're everywhere too. Look at this. There's 3 right here. I mean, it's just as soon as you see him digging under the ground. Oh God, he ran into a spire. Like just as soon as you see him digging, just sheath your weapon and fire a stone at the closest Noios, or like kind of close to him. They have a pretty good, like right now, he's going under, just do it immediately. Most of the time it'll, see that didn't really go off fast enough. So you gotta kind of do it quickly, but just knowing they're there, I mean, it's super helpful. I kind of sheathed there when I shouldn't have. I keep signaling my cat and losing my radial menu. Okay, so kind of had to heal up there. Oh, body slam. What's he doing now? Now he's just kind of hanging out. He's tired again. You can tell by the mini-map he's got the little thirsty animation. It's a great time for him to dig under. Oh, shoot all the Noioses. Yeah. Oh geez, 3 or 4. See, sometimes they'll just do it on their own. That's how I discovered it. It just happened by luck. Okay, I kind of want him to leave this area now. I need to sharpen too. I'll run my weapon on green and yellow sharpness, but I really don't go beyond that. I don't like it when it's orange like this. Yeah, oh, it's like a fake limp right there. Sneaky. Yeah, I mean, having the stones, it basically, like, let's see if I doubt I can do this fast enough. Yeah, it's kind of far away. I think he left there. Look, I mean, look at all those sonic bombs going off from those guys. I think he actually went back to his nest. Yeah, so you can see down in the lower left corner of the mini-map, you can see the little skull animations coming off of the Diablos icon. Which is good, because there's only 10 minutes left, so that means he's capturable, and this is a capture quest, so I need to be careful not to kill him. I wanted to show one of these Noioses, though. I wanted to try and get one on the ground. It says in the hunter's notes that you can use meat to attract the Noioses, so I think if you put meat on the ground, you can get them to land, and then you can kill them easily, like if you don't have a gun. And that would probably be the easiest way to get them to where you can hit them. Just want to carve one real quick. Where is he at here? God, is that one dead? Okay, so it's kind of like once you're done fighting Diablos here, you can just kill a few of them. And you see, just like that, it dropped a screamer sack. I have them auto crafting, like I have them set to just auto craft into a screamer pod. And so now I've got a screamer pod that I can use. You can hold up to 3. So I think that's one of the biggest tips for hunting Diablos, is just, you can always get screamer pods that way. I mean, I had 20 stones there to work with from one stone gathering point. So I had 20 stone ammo in my slinger pod. That's like 20 screamer pods right there if you just keep shooting the Noioses. And then once you're ready to capture them, just put again a trap at his feet and throw 2 trank bombs at his feet as well. So those are the 4 different areas you can hunt Diablos in, and kind of talked about which ones are my favorites. I really like that one that I just showed with the Noioses. There's just so many tools and nature at your disposal there. It really ties into the theme of like ask and nature will provide in this game, and I just like love that. Using nature and the environment against the monsters. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. Good luck in your hunts. That's all the tips I can think of against Diablos. Use whatever weapon type you're most comfortable with. I just really like Lance against him, and just keep hammering at him, just hit him until he dies. So good luck in the hunts. Until next time, aw yeah.